This is AEW Unrestricted, the official podcast of All Elite Wrestling. New episodes every Thursday with your co-hosts, Tony Schiavone and Aubrey Edwards.
Hey, Aubrey.
How you doing, bitch?
I'm doing good. Don't call me a bitch.
That's normally your line.
Okay, I know it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know what? In my life, can I say this? And we've got...
Say whatever you want. It's unrestricted.
We got Alex Reynolds and John Silver with us. They don't know this about me, but I lead a miserable existence.
He does.
Because I'm talked down to by my wife at home and then talked down to at work by our great referee, Aubrey Edwards.
Yeah, I think the first day we worked together, it goes, you remind me of your wife. And I figured that was a compliment.
Nope, it wasn't. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, here we are.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, well, John and Alex are with us, members of the Dark Order.
Yeah.
Tag team together, and obviously, as most people know now, internet sensations.
Oh, big time.
Wow.
Johnny Hungee.
Yeah.
Just want those titties, man.
Okay. All right. Well, we can go down the list of them as a tag team.
Tail the tape.
Combat Zone Wrestling Tag Team Champs.
CZ Dope.
Five Borough Wrestling Tag Team Tournament. New York Wrestling Connection Tag Team Champs. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Tag Team Champs.
You guys are PWG champs?
For an hour. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
1 solid hour.
Okay.
That counts.
Yeah.
It's in the record books.
Yep. See?
John Silver was number 280 on PWI's Top 279 in 2012.
That's 8 years ago.
No one got that but me. Okay. Okay. 280 on the 279. You get that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You're old.
Alex Reynolds was number 393 on PWI's 394 in 2019.
Got
Get it?
That was last year.
I just got this.
Okay, yeah. So congratulations to both of you, and there's your accolades. But here we are in AEW, and who would have thunk, huh?
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool.
So what's up, Beaver Boys?
Whoa, throwback.
Throwback.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in the first production meeting, and Cody's like, "Yeah, we got these guys, the Beaver Boys. They're fantastic." And we're like, "Who the fuck are the Beaver Boys?" Jer, who the fuck are the Beaver Boys?
So I'll be 100% honest. When we came up with that name years ago, we thought it was hysterical.
Well, it is.
Yeah. Now it's
beavers
like
are pussies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now when I'm like married.
Now you're talking about titties and shit. It's come full circle.
Well, with the Beaver Boys, so Beaver Boys is from. Well, we had our first name was the Slop Hunters because we were like.
I don't even know how you're going to touch this one, John.
It's another inside joke. I got a lot of stuff to say, but.
Oh, it's fine. Do it,
But
man.
Beaver Boys is from a show called Tim and Eric.
Okay.
So we were kind of like our gimmick where we were kind of like just douchey guys, I guess, that we just hit on girls.
You were. Okay.
We're and still am.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're like, oh, Beaver Boys is funny, and that's from Tim and Eric. People will get the reference. Boom. Before, should I even tell the other story, the Slop Hunters?
Whatever you want, man.
So should I even say his name? Because he's not. He's in a different company.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
Different. It is unrestricted. He's a referee in WWE. Dan Echoes back. Dan Echoes. Very funny, but just weird and random. And
That's like everyone in wrestling.
Yeah.
That's very true. But I'm on Facebook, and he messaged me on Facebook. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, "Nothing. What's going on?" He's like, "You get any slops lately?" And I'm like,
What's a slops?
He's like, like sloppy girls. I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, cool. And then that was the end of the conversation.
Did he ever talk to you again?
Yeah, we've talked since, obviously.
Okay.
But then we're like, okay, we should be the Slop Hunters. And then when we realized, all right, no one gets this joke because it's an inside joke.
I assumed that's what you meant when you said slop hunters.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, you're looking for sloppy chicks.
Okay, so
Yikes. Right. Thanks for being with us on Unrestricted. We are out of fucking time. What the hell are we talking about here?
I don't know.
All right, so there's the history of the Beaver Boys. Thank you very much for all of that. Okay.
Oh, God.
All right, I'm going to go back to this because it's in my notes. You ready?
Ready.
Alex?
Ready.
Knocked out in a four-way tag team match between Butcher Blade, the Bucks, and Private Party on 10/22.
Yes.
Talk about the moment leading up to and after in that moment.
So I was lying in the middle of the ring, waiting for Private Party to hit Event Omega, which is a combination splash leg drop off the top rope. And yeah, I got kind of rocked.
And it happens.
Yeah, of course.
Accidents happen.
Yeah,
it's wrestling.
it is what it is. But what many people online don't know, or obviously because they weren't in the situation, I wasn't knocked out. I was awake the whole time, remembered everything, knew where I was, knew what was going on in the match.
What city are you in?
Yeah.
Say the alphabet backwards, like
I
passing
literally
everything.
did like a self-check of myself. Like, all right, like
1, 2, 3, 4, like do all the fingers,
fingers, toes.
Yeah.
Knew. I was like, okay. The big thing everyone was complaining about was Pepper the Blade, like dragging me to the corner. That was all called.
That was planned.
Like that was, what people aren't understanding is that I just took a double team move, whether I got hurt or not, off the top rope in a 4-way tag.
Right.
So in order to win the match, you have to be legal. So Pepper just drags me to his corner so he can become legal and try to win the match.
Sure.
And then, people were upset. And I was just laying there because I was selling this incredible,
right.
But I also was, I was rocked, but I was just kind of making sure I was okay.
And then you took a shitty bulldog.
Yeah. So I still haven't watched it back.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
That just freaks me out. But I've been wrestling long enough to know, okay, I know where I am. I know, I'm pretty sure I can continue. John looked at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm okay." And then I slide into the ring. I was laying down this whole time.
I'm like, Alex, you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, all right, well, this is our spot. Let's go.
And I remember on the 2-way, because we've got the 2-ways now ever since Matt Hardy got hit. Knox goes on and goes, says he's fine.
Yeah.
It's
while I was on the ground,
we're literally checking on you. Doc's there. Everyone's looking.
I was like, okay, I could do this. And then once I stood up, I was like, oh no, I cannot. And that's the thing. That's when everybody realized that I was hurt.
Because there's 8 people in that match.
It's chaotic. And I'll be honest, the worst part of this, the worst part of it was the feedback I was getting on social media.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That was the hardest thing because the doctors and Knox and everybody, once I knew I was hurt, it was like, hey, I'm done. Get me out of here. But it's, people sit back and watch it with the knowledge that I'm already hurt. So it's like, well, will they handle it wrong? No, they handled it perfectly. So thankfully I'm okay and cleared and ready to go.
Yeah, buddy.
So I was a little scared. My wife was a little traumatized by it.
Not bad. Yeah.
The best was she didn't know I was hurt. She thought it was just part of the show.
You're just good sell, man.
Yeah. And then one of her friends was like, hey, Twitter's saying that Alex got hurt. So she starts freaking out. She calls my phone. Paul Turner went to grab my phone so I can call her. So he sees it ring and he answers like, hey, is this Alex's wife? Which freaks my wife out even more because it's a random person answering my phone. And then he's okay. He's with the doctor. So it was a wild night, but thankfully I'm okay.
All right.
John, TK was just on the pod. And he told us about the rib he pulled on you about your personality on being the Elite versus Dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he always just likes to do little ribs at me, and it always scares me because he's the boss. So I'm always terrified. But he's like, everyone was like, oh, Tony, everyone was telling me beforehand, oh, Tony loves your stuff on BT. He's great. It's
he watches everything and he listens to everything.
So I'm like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And then I see Tony and I'm expecting to be like, oh, what is it? Have this, hey, I saw your stuff, I like it. But he was like, what the hell, man? He's like, where do you get off? I'm like, what? He's like, where do you get off? You have all this personality in BTE, but you don't want to do it for us on TV? I'm like,
I wear a mask.
I didn't know I was supposed to. And he's like, well, you're going to do it now, okay? I'm like, okay.
Well, it's weird because BTE is kind of this parallel universe.
Yeah.
Where Alan Angels has hair in BTE, right?
Don't even get me started.
Why not get you started?
Son of a gun. He has better hair than I do.
He's the hair guy. Alex is the hair guy.
On.
I mean, it's fake.
Yeah. Everybody in the Dark Order is bald.
Yeah.
Except me.
Right. Well, I mean, half this roster all has fake hair, so.
Yeah. Mine's 100% natural.
Yeah, look at this. It's a flowing mane.
Yeah.
This is why you should watch the YouTube version of AEW Unrestricted. New episodes beginning of the week.
Some good hair on you, huh?
There's some good hair.
So, guys, when did you guys when were you first approached about being a part of the Dark Order? When did that all happen?
I think their second time.
Yeah, maybe West Virginia.
We did
Charleston.
Yeah,
I loved West Virginia.
We did our first show, and like we were never like, hey, brought in to be anything. Everyone got brought in, and they were like, got the cool. These guys are lead, and then we got brought in. We got hit up our first show, and we got excited because we got hit up like, hey, we want you guys for the to be on the show. It's like the third show, fourth show.
Philly.
Philly was 3.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh my God, this is our big shot, our big opportunity. And then we get there, and it just says, it doesn't even say our names on the board. It says local talent.
I wrote that.
I'm like, well,
I wrote that.
And it said 90 seconds.
yeah.
Yep.
So we're like, oh, okay.
I wrote that
right.
too.
I guess
I'm just the messenger.
I guess this is the one and done. But then I think Matt Jackson came up to us after, and we're used to wrestling and how wrestling is. So Matt Jackson's like, hey, I have an idea. Maybe you just gotta like come back and you're the local talent everywhere, and you just always lose. I'm like, okay.
I remember hearing that. Like, wait, we're flying these like local guys in.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
what kind of company is this?
that was like I think 2 or 3 weeks later we did the West Virginia show, and then there's like
That was number 5. Yeah.
and then they're just like, hey, like it's the way Matt Jackson said it. It doesn't seem like it's ever gonna happen, but it always happens.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, maybe you just kind of like put you guys in Dark Order or something. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just kind of walks away, and we're like, nah, we don't really think it's gonna happen, but that's what happens. So
Yeah. And then it was like, yeah, we're going to need you for the next week. And the next week, we're probably going to need you for a while. And like, we have like real jobs. We're like, oh man, like, okay. And
Better
we're doing
quit.
like pre-tapes and stuff. And we're like, what? Like, it was just.
yeah,
wild.
we're not signed, but we're doing all this cool stuff. So it was cool.
I mean, I wasn't signed when I did the Jericho Hangman match, so
There you go.
who knows? Anything's on the table at AEW.
But it was a cool fit, like, because we knew Stu and Uno just from the indies. And
Right.
always liked them. So it was like it was just a perfect fit, especially right away.
That's awesome.
No Exalted One at that point, of course, and then you started hearing that Brody Lee was going to be the Exalted One. When did you find out that was going to happen? Because I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't try to stay that plugged in. I didn't know Brody was going to be the Exalted One until he showed up that day.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah, I
found
did.
out because
Okay.
I was in Sandra's room,
Okay.
and there was a big old coat that said Brody Lee, Exalted
Okay.
One. I'm like, oh, I thought it was going to be Matt Hardy.
I did too. I thought it was going to be Matt
This
Hardy
is
too.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the first person we heard of being the Exalted One was Matt.
Yeah.
Right.
Matt Hardy.
Right.
Which we thought was awesome. He's
Sure.
doing, like,
Dude.
Broken Matt. And we're
Right.
like, oh, this is going to be like
perfect.
doing stuff at like the Hardy compound. Like, this is going to be awesome. And then I think, man, maybe like a month before, it was like, it might be Brody, it might be Matt, like still not sure. May have been like the week before. It wasn't that long in advance that we knew for sure it was Brody.
I think we knew somewhat, like a little bit beforehand because he knows Stu and Uno, and he still like Stu and Uno knew, and then once they knew, they told us.
Right.
So it wasn't like a week before. It definitely was like for a while we weren't 100% sure. It was like, but we also like teased the Exalted One kind of early, I think. So
Yeah.
definitely like probably at least a month, I think, beforehand, maybe. I'm guessing. I don't even know. I have no idea actually. So
Yeah.
And like, I mean, Brody's a star.
Sure he is.
100%.
Like, so we knew like this is going to be like great for all of us.
Well, I mean, we knew he was great on the indies before he got signed. And then he didn't really have any time to like do any mic work.
Yeah.
So we all knew he was going to come in here and make a huge impact, right?
Yeah.
It's like, give that boy a microphone. It's going to be fucking great.
Oh yeah. And like, his first night right after we filmed a pre-tape at Morton's the week after.
Oh, the steak one.
Yeah. And like we had never met Brody. And like you said, like never really heard him talk. So he cut that like badass promo on his debut. And then we're just in this pre-tape and like he's just going off, like eating steak, like just making it.
Loud
He
chewing.
literally ate 2 steaks mind you, John and I are just sitting there, not
We weren't
touching-
allowed to
yeah,
eat.
We weren't allowed to
This is
eat.
part of the promo.
Yeah. So we're just sitting there for about an hour staring at our food while Brody's like
Pounding steaks.
like 2 porterhouses just right away.
I heard that was one of the most expensive pre-tapes we've done.
Yeah, it was pretty
yeah.
nice.
The kitchen had to stay late.
Yep.
The steaks were real good.
Yeah, it was.
We got to eat eventually, so I'm
Yeah.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah,
It
the
was
food was
really
great. The wine was delicious. So
opened up nicely.
yeah, it was a nice day at the office.
All right, so we are talking with Alex and John of the Dark Order, Beaver Boys, Slop Kings, whatever you want to call them.
Slop hunters.
Slop hunters.
Slop Hunters.
I mean, they might be the slop kings if the hunting's going well.
And we're going to continue this sloppy podcast and ask them some more questions.
One thing I'd like to talk about is State Farm insurance. And I say I like to talk about that because I've been a State Farm customer, a member, if you will, since 1981, since the year that I was married. State Farm has surprisingly great rates on both auto and homeowners.
Tony, you've been a member of State Farm since before I was born.
There you go.
That means that they must have like great customer service. They've got agents available everywhere. Like to be a member of a company for that long, you have to be really, really happy with their policies.
I'm happy with their policies, and now I'm happier, Aubrey, with their easy-to-use technology, because back then you would have to have the insurance card in your wallet. It was a paper insurance card or like a cardboard insurance card. Now you have it on your phone. They have a great app, and you have your insurance card right on your smartphone. So the technology that is advanced in the world has also advanced insurance, thanks to our people at State Farm.
So you can manage your coverage, pay your bill, file a claim, all just from your phone. Some
That's
you already
right.
carry around with you. Who
That's
needs
right, all the
cardboard
time.
cards anymore?
No
Jeez.
boy. A great price with even greater service. So Aubrey, as I always say, when you want the real deal,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You say that all the time, Tony.
I do.
This is AEW Unrestricted. Tony and Aubrey here with Alex and John. Talking about Dark Order. We're talking about sloppy girls. We're talking about
Yikes.
concussions. We've had like the whole...
It's been a wild ride so far.
So far, it's been wild. Speaking of wild, I want to talk about New York indie scene a little bit.
Okay.
Because like you guys know, like Statlander and Santana Ortiz, like there's a whole group from that area, and I know that like you guys worked on Beyond Wrestling with a lot of them.
Yep.
I think my favorite thing recently was for the pay-per-view, it was like that meme on Twitter that's like how it started and how it's going.
Yeah.
It was like how it started. It was like John Silver versus Orange Cassidy at
Yeah, that was
Beyond Wrestling show like last year, November. And it's like how it's going. And it's like you guys are on a fucking
about a
pay-per-view.
year ago.
Yeah, like around the same time.
Me versus Orange Cassidy.
Uncharted territory, that's what it was.
Yeah. So I didn't even know, and then someone posted that. So I was like, oh, wow, that is just pretty funny.
Kind of wild. So yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty wild to see how many people from New York are on this roster. It's like in the teens, I think now.
Yeah. Butcher Blade.
Yeah.
Who else?
Trent's up in Rochester.
MJF, Private Party.
Yeah.
Well, Trent's a Long
Eddie
Island
Kingston.
boy,
And now Max Caster.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
a New York guy?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So Max, MJF, and Kristen were all from Creative Pro on Long Island.
Oh, that makes sense why
Yeah.
Max is so awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, like we've known Santana and Ortiz for years. It's wild how like obviously New York City, Long Island, it's so dense in population. So there was always places to work. And you always kind of ran into the same people.
That's kind of how it is in any territory, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was in PNW, and I'm running into the same people in ECCW, Three Tone Battle, like everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You just tend to work the same bubble.
Yeah, especially in that Northeast, like with Philly and
Well, everything's in driving
Jersey,
distance, right?
Yeah.
Like Jersey's like an hour from Long Island, and then Philly is like 3 hours away, which is perfect.
yeah,
Like,
it was always and there were always like bigger companies like a Beyond Wrestling or CZW or where we can kind of go and build our name a little bit more and wrestle awesome people.
it's pretty great because I remember like there was a BTE right after Chris got hurt where she's sitting there with a crutch, like fighting you. And I just love the immediate chemistry that it's like, oh, these guys all know each other.
Yeah.
Just like, I fucking hate Chris Statlander. You're so stupid.
So here's the thing.
It's just real life.
Yeah.
It is real life.
That's what we do.
When we were traveling, like at the beginning of Dynamite, like it was me, Johnny, and Kristen.
Right.
And I felt like a dad because John and Chris would just bicker and fight and like bite each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like having children on the road.
Is that like that now with John and Anna Jay?
Well, I was calling Anna Jay like she's kind of like she was taking over Statlander's role for a little bit, but now Statlander's here every once in a while.
Yeah, she's here backstage.
Yeah, she's so I'm like I might not like joke around with Anna as much anymore because now Statlander's back, but.
You think like
for a little
Stat's
while,
gonna
like,
get jealous or something?
She might.
She might get
Butlander's a weird one.
Yeah,
Butlander.
Yeah.
Butlander on that one.
We mentioned about going from the Slop Hunters, rebranded as the Beaver Boys in 2013, and the Beaver Boys were on SmackDown.
That's right.
In 2019.
Madison Square Garden.
Right. Talk about that night and the match against Heavy Machinery.
That was just wild. Like it was at that time. I was kind of. It was always great, like cool doing extra work for WWE, but like I had done it for both of us had done it for so long that it's like you know what to expect. You're going in like you're gonna eat catering. Maybe you do something, maybe you don't. Whatever.
You stay quiet.
Yeah, and
Dress in your suit.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt anybody.
it was it's just
Say hi.
uncomfortable. But like when they're like, oh, it's at MSG, it's like, oh, I want this one.
Right.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah, we're not passing that one up. And then earlier in the day, we kind of had like matches beforehand. So John and I just wrestled each other. And they just pulled us both aside. We're like, hey, it's going to be you guys versus Heavy Machinery. We're like, whew. All right. Like, and you know, for Long Island guys, like wrestling in Madison Square Garden,
It's a big deal.
it's
It's the
pretty
biggest
wild.
deal.
Yeah.
You can't really get anything bigger, right?
No, it's wild. And like the coolest moment for me was like, you know, it's SmackDown. It's, you know, you're nervous. You want to make sure you're doing right. And then I just remember like John kind of elbowed me like while the ring was dark. And he's just like, this is pretty cool.
Take it all in.
Yeah. And then like, I like looked around, like looked where I was sitting at like WrestleMania 20. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Nice.
Like it was just a cool moment.
Just looking where I was sitting where Kane and Gene Snitsky had their big feud. I'm like, wow, this is something.
So did they ever like try and sign you guys?
No.
No, but like after I signed here, they hit me up for do a tryout.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Right? Get
Yeah.
some TV exposure.
But like what was wild is that aired Tuesday. That Thursday we got hit up to do the Philly show.
It's so
Dynamite.
wild how the timing of everything just works out,
Yeah.
even when it's completely unrelated like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like we're like, oh, those Beaver Boys have been on SmackDown. We got to get them in.
Right.
Like that's not how we work.
on SmackDown. We need
And
these
then we're gonna
guys.
fly them in, and they're gonna get squashed again.
No, and like at that point we weren't even teaming together. We had split up. Like we were.
Yeah, you guys had the individual feud.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that at the Big Beyond show.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
You had
feuded
your
over-
freaking bathrobe or
It
whatever
was
it
a
was.
smoking jacket.
Smoke, right. It was like it's some Peter Avalon shit.
Yeah, it was great. I still love that. But yeah, we were already like ready to kind of like, all right, let's just do our own separate things. And then SmackDown happened, and I remember just being like, oh man, we've done a lot of cool stuff together. All right, that's cool. And then like 2 days later, it's like, oh yeah, we want you and John for Dynamite in Philly. It's like, is this like should we just
ride it.
yeah, like, all right, guess we're teaming together.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to say no if someone's offering to pay you, right?
no.
Oh, yeah.
So the Dark Order thing comes around, but really, guys, you go back to, if maybe I'm wrong here, but hit me up on this. July of this year, you face Cody and Matt Cardona.
Yep.
That kind of turned things around, didn't it? I mean, I think.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm thinking, I hate to say this, these guys are more than just a gimmick. These guys can really perform in the ring.
This is more than just BTE.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, do you feel that was your moment?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, we had just about started doing BT stuff, and it was gaining traction. So I think that helped. And when we got that match, we were like, oh, like, all right. Like, we had done a couple darks, but nothing, you know.
Nothing substantial.
Yeah. And
When you're in a match with Cody, it's like, oh, this is the start of something.
right. So
He likes to build talent.
exactly. And it was like, we got a lot of stuff in. And I think, like you were saying, Tony, that was the time, that was our night to show people that, yeah, we're not just background guys in the Dark Order.
Right.
Like, we're also like, we're pretty good.
Yeah, performers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Performers in the
we
ring.
always were saying we're like, because we joined Dark Order technically in December.
Yeah.
And then we had like a real match to show we could do till really then,
Yeah,
July.
right.
So we're like
7 months.
we're like, no one knows we could wrestle here besides people we already know. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like no one in management really knows we could, besides the Bucks. We've wrestled the Bucks before, but like
Right.
no one knows we can go. We just want to show what we could do. So it's kind of like that point before that, like a little like depressing. Like we just want an opportunity so bad.
Well, I
Right.
think, and that kind of shows the power of BTE, even in the Dynamite world, right? Like we've been kind of talking a lot recently about like how we have so much talent and where we can put that talent. It's like Dynamite's only 2 hours, but BTE's there. And if you're able to like really capture, because those are the marks, those are like the hardcore fans, right?
Yeah.
Like if you can get them on board there, it's like that's your launching point.
Yeah. Because it's
And clearly
it'll but people like this.
right. It's like, yeah, let's put this guy in a match with Brody and make him bleed.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves him on BTE. Like that's brilliant.
And that's where like we had gotten to a point where we were almost just like bummed out because we weren't doing a lot. You know, Stu and Uno were like away in Canada for
They
a
were
while.
stuck for a bit, yeah.
And then they brought in 10, and then they brought in 5, and they're winning matches,
Fuck
and
5.
we couldn't even get
It's the worst number.
we couldn't
10's way
even get
better.
matches on Dark. So we thought we were being replaced.
Yeah, we thought we were
Right.
getting fired. I actually asked Matt Jackson. I'm like, "Hey, are we getting kicked out of the Dark Order?" He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, because like when we came back, we finally came back. Those 2 guys got added. They were squashing people on Dark, and then we were there. We did nothing. And even when like,
I mean, Alan Angels opens up with like a 15-minute match with Kenny. You're like, oh no, this guy's taking my job.
yeah, so it was like we thought, okay, I guess we're being replaced, and I don't know. Hopefully, we still keep our jobs, but we were really like thrilled to like depressed then. But then we're like, that's when right after that is when we started doing BT.
Yeah.
And that's what then took off. So.
Because, you know, like you were saying, I just remember being like, I don't like being like depressed or bummed out here.
No,
'Cause this
especially
is like
AEW is such a wonderful thing.
And it's like our dream job. And we're not bummed out because of what anybody's doing. You know, it was like, all right, like look in, what can you do
Exactly.
to build more value here?
That's kind of the whole point of AEW and the thing we're trying to do with talent, right? Is you're in control.
Yeah.
Like it's your destiny. Like what do you want to do with it? What opportunities can you take? Like, I mean, like stupid analogy, but the brass ring shit, right?
Yeah.
Like it's there. You just got to find your niche.
Yeah.
And if you kill it, you end up being on a pay-per-view with Orange Cassidy. So
Yeah. It's why, like, just
proof positive, it works.
Yeah.
No, 100% here. Then I feel like other places I would get squashed for doing that. You know, like you wouldn't get the opportunities for getting yourself over.
Yeah.
But here it's like 100% what happens.
Because, I mean, look at our EVPs,
Yeah.
right? That's literally what they did.
Yeah.
So it would be weird if they get mad.
Right. The
For
Young
you
Bucks literally
doing-
said,
for you
fuck it,
doing
we're
the
going to
same
do whatever
thing.
we want,
Yeah.
make a lot of money. Guess what? Now they're here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, it's you got to lead by example, and that's
Right.
how they did it. So that's how everyone else has got to do it.
And no one, like, whenever we've had, like, weird ideas, they're like, yeah, go.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, especially if you're pitching it, because then you're behind it.
Yeah.
We're talking to John Silver and Alex Reynolds, and we've mentioned a couple of times of BTE. Is there anything from BTE that has been cut that we've not seen that was just too crazy?
Nothing's been cut. Ideas have been said, and we're like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Very, like,
what makes it we can't do that?
Probably offensive humor.
yeah.
Oh,
Right,
gotcha.
okay, I got
That
you. Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You can make fun of yourself. You can't make fun of other people.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, what's good is that we know a line, and there have been times where I'm like, we're going to get in trouble for this. Like, this may have not been a good thing to do.
We got the color filter
Yeah.
for a reason.
And then it airs and people are just like laughing and dying. I was like, all right. But it's been multiple times.
I mean,
Well, like my sense of humor is like South Park and like all these really offensive shows. So that's where my mind goes first. And I'm like, okay, well, like you can't do that here. So it's you tone it down. Instead of me doing that, maybe I'll just milk Ten's tits, and then that's what I'll do.
So I do want to tell a quick or just. Talk about the subject.
Do it.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff that we do on BTE is just stuff that we've done like in the locker room or me and John for years.
Right.
Okay.
So there's a guy in New York, Rex Lawless, he's jacked. He's big, huge chest, right? And literally in the locker room, what John did to 10 on that BTE skit, like
I've been milking Rex for years.
It's literally like just stuff like that.
So that Johnny Hungy, been saying that for years.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff is just like rather stuff we've been doing for years, or I'll just take something from a TV show, and then when people understand, oh, he watches that show, he likes that show too. Like, so I'll use little lines like that too.
Like the underwear joke.
Oh, we do that all the time.
Like, oh hey, Tony, can you grab me that? It's under there.
Underwear?
Yeah. Just like, we literally have done that to each other. I've done it to my wife. She saw it. She saw the skit. She's like, you guys are assholes. She's like, I hate you. It's like, well, it's funny.
Do you guys need to do multiple takes for the BTE stuff?
Usually, but sometimes if we get it the first try, we usually won't do it again. It's really weird. I'm a little bit of a stickler on this stuff, but we don't have a lot of time to just do a bunch of retakes and stuff. I'm like, I could have been funnier in that one. I wish we would have done it over. But we just like, when we film this, it's usually like, oh, we finally have everyone together. Okay, no one walked in the shot this time. No one did this. So it's like we just usually take once we get a take done, it's usually it.
Yeah, it's less. We've done less retakes than people would think.
The beginning.
Oh my God,
we couldn't stop laughing. I think we got better at holding our laughter.
Yeah,
and I think in the beginning, I just laugh on film, and everyone just sees me laughing.
Brody would just make fun of you, like, "Are you laughing?
Yeah.
Are you
crying? Are you crying? No." But like that would help, like, bring us back, And yeah, there was just something about him that like, just he wouldn't even say anything, and me and John would just be like holding back laughter.
We had one recently where we just straight up laughed, and I don't even think that I forgot what it was, but just 10 and 5 started cracking up.
Oh, because I think he said he
something about his
5 has a dumb dick,
or something like that, and just everyone just started. And then once they do that, I start losing it. And I'm
what makes it a dumb dick?
I don't know. I said something about his dick, a stupid dick, probably a dumb dick.
Yeah,
but it just made everyone laugh. Just I guess maybe the way I said it. I don't know.
We are talking to John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Coming up, we have questions from the fans.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord.
This is AEW Unrestricted. Tony and Aubrey here with Alex Reynolds and John Silver. We got a lot of fan questions. Not really surprising at all, given just kind of where you guys are and the attention the internet, our internet fans kind of have on you guys. So, there's a question from Freshly Steve on Twitter for both of you. How annoying is the meme community?
Depends. If they're funny, then they're funny. If they're not funny, I hate
people demanding shirts and then not buying them.
Oh, that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
So happens. I'd put out. I mean, some of them do pretty well, but then people will demand this shirt. It's sold like 4, and then they're like, "Well, John, you should get this shirt now." I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not listening to you anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't buy my last shirt.
Yeah. It's that's kind of annoying.
That's right. Speak with your dollars, people.
Yeah. I get it. Like, people, like, it's a cool design. They want it, but it's like, all right.
But if you want it, then buy it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me to do it, and then you don't buy it.
And I think the thing that a lot of people don't realize is, like, you can buy a shirt purely just because you want to support somebody.
Yes.
Like, we make money on T-shirts.
Yeah.
And even if it's like, I don't really like this design, but I really like these guys. Like,
yes.
I do that on the fucking indies all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, this guy's great. I want them to make money. I don't want to just hand them cash. It's like, no, I'm going to take a T-shirt. I might have someone I know who wants to wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy Dark Order T-shirts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Shop AEW.com.
Nice plug. Good job.
MJF Scarf on Twitter. It's for John Silver. Since John is literally the funniest, most absurd person on BTE, John, what is your go-to comedy movie?
I think that's really tough for me because I have so many actors that I really like. Will Ferrell and like Adam Sandler, and then I totally forgot how much because it was on the hotel like yesterday, how much I like Jack Black because Saving Silverman was on.
Oh,
and I'm just
old Jack Black is
so. Like anything he says is just like, oh, I just want to like quote that all the time. So I can't pick a movie because I just too many movies. I can't.
Have you seen Hubie Halloween yet?
Yeah, I saw
so good. Oh yeah, the shirts are like make the movie.
Well, I bought the Boner Donor
Kayaking
shirt.
Makes Me Wet.
I wanted that one too. I bought the Boner Donor shirt.
What's a boner? That's a mistake.
Yeah, that's funny. It was dumb, but it was Adam Sandler dumb, you know. Right.
It was like Adam Sandler back to the like Happy Madison days.
Yeah,
like back when he was like
dumb voices and
so good, so good. We got a Wrecked Rockstar on Twitter for John Silver. Are you gonna make a hashtag funniest main in AEW shirt?
Probably not.
Probably not. Sweet.
No one's gonna buy it.
Wayne of the Dark Order on Twitter. One question for each of you. Silver, are you making a love song for Anna Jay? And how long are we gonna have to wait to hear it?
I'm drop a few bars right now.
No, I've tried to write. I one time was like, oh, maybe I should start writing music, and then I tried it, and I'm like, nope, terrible, absolutely garbage at this. So I'm not really good at writing songs. I did a cameo once where they wanted me to rap.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
How much do you charge for cameos?
$50.
Nice.
I'm pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap guy. I actually am at I just actually got my 100th request.
I'm at like 35.
Jeez.
Good job. Congrats, man.
That's what I do, you know.
Alex, question for you. Any plans to join Silver and Evil Uno on Twitch?
I've actually thought about it recently, so I'm not a huge video game person. But I got into like this weird like Batman mode.
Look at this guy. Tony Schiavone's a
I
big
watched
Batman
a documentary on like Batman the animated series, and I was like, oh man, like this is so good. And I was like looking at like old like Batman toys that I used to have. I was like, oh man, I remember like everyone talking about like what is it, Arkham?
Yeah, I never played it, but
yeah, like, and I was like, oh man, maybe I should buy like a PS5 and like get that, like, you know,
play Arkham Asylum and all those games, those Batman games.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
so
I was
good.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like I was just in like such a Batman kick.
Arkham City is real good.
Yeah. I think my wife would probably divorce me if I started playing video games.
Really?
You would be surprised.
Maybe. Unless I just annoy her enough where she'll just tell me, hey, just get out of my sight.
Yeah. How long have you been married?
A year and a half.
How long have you guys been together?
7.5.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
the longer you're married, the more you'll be able to play video games.
Listen to Tony Schiavone, everybody.
Yeah, it was like.
I mean, if you watch the video version, you see his man cave. It's
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
that's like what, like 20 years of marriage?
No, it's 39 years of marriage.
Oh yeah. So that's the size of your man cave is proportional to how long you've been married.
That's right. It is hardcore, buddy. Marriage.
Oh my God.
Okay, Strawberry Jam on Twitter. We know for John Silver, we know that he is hungry. However, what is he hungry for?
Ooh, $1 million question.
Will he ever be satisfied? Does food satisfy this urge, or will it be only satisfied by something much darker?
Jesus.
What, man?
What's he trying to imply?
The
here?
Strawberry Jam is pretty dark, if you ask me.
for murder. I'm actually a serial killer. I want to murder everybody. Oh my God.
No, I like food.
It's that simple. He likes food.
I had a lot of candy last night. Trent bought a bunch of Halloween candy, but no one came to his house, so he brought it all here. So
I saw somebody pouring it on JB.
Oh, that was like
Like-
slow motion.
Yeah, slow motion, like Kip's
real-
dumping a whole box on him. It's very sensual looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say real erotic.
Very erotic. I just assume that kind of shit happens in your locker room all the time.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's a weird. You know, I actually like we'll like talk about the most random obscene things, and I like stand back and like I wonder if like Flair and Tully,
100
were making these jokes, or
Tony?
like
There you go.
like are they making dick jokes? Like yeah, I like or
Only
like
talking
Austin,
about dicks.
Yeah, Austin Rock, where they like
Yeah.
like it's something I was like.
I feel like that's how you make like the true level of friendship where you just start talking about dicks to people. Like my new running joke backstage is like, I got the biggest dick of this whole company.
There we go.
Like, and then Eddie
bigger than
Kingston's
mine.
like, yeah, no, not going to deny it.
Definitely bigger than Ed's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
definitely bigger than Fives.
Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
Where are we at on this? There we go. Javier Pay. I'm going to mispronounce that. Javier Pay on Twitter. Is it tough having multiple primary tag teams in a stable? Would you like to see Dark Order versus Dark Order?
I think I've been. So it is a little weird because me and Alex have like a chemistry that we've been wrestling together for like such a long time, and then they're like, "All right, well now you're going to tag with 10. All right, now you're going to tag with Colt." So it's like, "All right, what do we do together?"
You're supposed to have this cohesiveness because we are in a group, but that kind of chemistry doesn't always just happen.
Right. You've got
away.
Stu and Uno who have been tagging forever. You got you guys.
Yeah.
And then you've got like Five's great at singles.
And 5 and 10 have like been teaming a little bit.
Right.
So now it's like
Colt's good with anybody.
Yeah.
Like Colt's a fucking man.
Oh, absolutely. So Dark Order versus Dark Order, 100%. We've actually never wrestled Stu and Uno. We wrestled them for like 2 minutes in
some kind of dumb
gauntlet match.
Is that when you won the title for 1 hour?
No, that was Canada.
Up in Canada.
Eh?
Sure, yeah, okay.
Eh? Sorry.
All right. Well, this one is really, really
Spicy.
stupid.
Oh.
Okay. But they gave it to us, so here we go. Wrestling fans on Twitter wants to know, hey, Aubrey,
Hey, what's up?
can you find out if Silver is really the best kisser in the Dark Order?
Hey, Silver.
It's a little awkward because I'm in the middle, so I'm just going to lean back.
I want to hear your opinion first. Is he the best kisser?
In the Dark Order?
Yeah. It wasn't an immediate yes. Is he a real tag team partner?
Ow.
Yeah, I have to give it to John.
Okay.
Okay.
Hands down.
What about your opinion?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the best.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's your answer.
AEW, I don't know. That's a little bit more stiff competition.
That is.
Dark Order.
I think you can beat most of AEW in kissing.
I don't want to like test. I feel like that's a
Jungle Boy was
HR
a
vibe.
good kisser.
Oh yeah. No, he's
Wardlow?
Just because he's good looking doesn't mean he's a good kisser.
You're a better kisser than Wardlow?
Definitely.
Okay, we are going off the deep end here. It's like we all run around kissing each other backstage all the time.
You don't?
No.
Oh.
Tony, you're up next.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you, let's go at it.
You got it. You got it, baby. That's what I wore my lemonade top for. Okay. Mind Runner on Twitter for Alex. With all that money for dance lessons, will we ever see you on Dancing with the Stars?
I hope so. That would be probably a dream come true.
Talk to Jericho.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he knows people there.
He killed it on
He
that.
did.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I was actually so like the whole tap dancing thing was, as a kid, I just thought it was the coolest thing. Like I grew up on like older movies, and I feel like there would always just be a tap dancing number. Mm-hmm. So I thought these guys were like
Gene Kelly?
cool. Yeah, these guys were like the coolest guys.
Yeah.
And then when it was like, oh, what did you spend your money on? It was just like a random, like, oh, this would be random and funny. Mm-hmm. Would I actually like to start doing tap dancing lessons? 100%.
Okay.
Dancing with the Stars, that would be fantastic. I watched Singing in the Rain on my way here.
Tremendous movie.
Have you seen have you heard the remix one?
No.
Oh, I'll have to send you the track. It's real good.
Yeah.
I did a ballet number to it once.
Oh, wow.
It's awesome. I'll send it to
Do
you.
you know tap, Aubrey?
No, I hated tap.
Really?
I hate that the shoes make noises that don't go directly to the same beat.
Gotcha.
Is that I end up having to have like 2 audio tracks listening to the same time.
Okay.
I couldn't take it. I hated it. All right. Dad Attitude on Twitter. I'm not going to ask that question. You already answered it. Okay. But I'm Tyler Knox on Twitter. For John, do you shave your head because you're going bald, or do you like the way it looks? These are very intimate questions.
Of all the questions you could ask.
I'm a buzz guy.
You're a buzz guy.
I just buzz it, yeah.
Yeah.
I do it myself, so it looks terrible sometimes in the back.
If you ever need help,
I make my brothers do my back and my.
you know what? You could go to makeup, and they'll like trim it for you. They do Lance's hair. They do
Maybe I'll do it.
Luchasaurus.
They'll do your makeup too. Mascara.
I mean, if you need it. Cody gets real mad if he walks by and he sees a dude in the chair, though. He's like, that's for women. So you got to go early while they're in training. That's how you do it.
That's true.
Yeah, but John, you can stretch Cody, so that's no big deal.
He knows it too.
Yeah, he knows it too. Exactly. Here's something that's not on Twitter, but have you been voted to have the best muscles in the company? Best arms in the company?
Was in the junior division.
Yeah,
champion.
junior division.
Junior division champion.
The body list that doesn't exist anymore.
Bill got retired.
The list that shall not be named.
Yeah, but I was a top dog. And then they put Mega there. Come on.
Dude, she lifts.
I know, but come on. I beat her in a push-up contest.
I was legitimately upset when I saw Mega was on the list and I was not. Because Jerry Lynn comes up to me and goes, you broke your deadlift record yesterday. And I'm like, damn right I did. Where's the lawyer? I got to talk to her. I have a formal complaint to file about this ranking system.
Yikes.
I remember there was a match you did, I think, on Dark. It was like a tag match. And I remember Cody like, hey, tell him he's got to stand on him and flex. Yeah. Like he's got to maintain his spot on the body list. Like that was it. I remember you just,
I like that. That was earlier on when I started to be more of actual John Silver on TV. So I'm like,
did you still have the mask then?
Yeah. So So I'm like, I'm doing this stuff, but I'm still trying to be scary Dark Order-ish a little bit. But now I literally flex the entire match. That's just what I do. So now you don't even have to tell me to flex. It's just I'm already rock hard.
Rock hard.
Going back to dicks.
Right. Okay, I've got a new name for you now. Hey, Rock Hard. How you doing? Okay.
Put it over on commentary.
I shall. Man, he's rock hard, and I'm not talking about between the ears. Okay. So, Gio on Twitter, this for both of you. Which skit is better? Where's my chippy at? Hidden camera spaghetti or bloody nips?
So Alex doesn't watch Tim and Eric. I'm the one that's like, we have to be Beaver Boys.
And I was like, I can't think of anything better. Here we go.
Better than slot players.
Yes.
So Bloody Nips was one of the first skits I saw from Tim and Eric. So I might just go with that to help me get into Tim and Eric. If you don't
nostalgia.
If you don't know, it's about a kid. They sing a song. He's got bloody nips because this guy wears a tight shirt and it chafes his nips. Nobody
it's a real thing.
Bloody nips.
No.
Right.
I had it as a kid once. And I was like, what the hell's going on with my nips? I'm fine now. My nipples are good.
Your nipples are fine? Can you report about your nipples? Are they good? Can we show that on YouTube? Is that nudity? So. Free the nipple.
Yeah, free the nipple. All right, one more question. Let's go to the bottom there.
John Titus on Twitter. For both of you, are Dark Order numbers fixed to you forever? Can they be retired and put in the rafters at Daly's place to never be worn again? Can you sell your numbers to new members for steak dinners or gold watches?
I would 100% sell my number for a gold watch.
You're 4?
Yes. No, 3.
3, and then you're 4.
4. They should put it in the rafters, I think.
Older and more handsome. So.
You have better hair.
But 4 is higher than 3, Al.
But it's closer to number 1.
Yeah, but 1 is like a baby.
1 is Uno.
You're a baby.
Your mom's a baby. Whoa, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they could be retired.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, they anything for money.
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, let me say this as we wrap up. The BTE stuff is tremendous. It really is.
Thank you.
But you guys can perform in the ring too, and that's why you got your
100%.
job, and keep at it. Okay.
Appreciate
You're
it.
tremendous.
Before we go, guys, we are recruitment specialists.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So now it's our turn to ask a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aubrey, Tony,
Yeah.
would you like to join the Dark Order?
$100.
Ooh. I'm broke.
I got about 6 on me.
Okay. Cash only.
How much money do I have? I have
Do you have like a Subway card?
a lottery card from Maine that has like $2, I think.
Okay.
Okay. So we're up to 8.
That do it for you?
No.
Hey,
I've never been to
how about
Maine.
this? You
see
get
this?
a few more Life Cafe, you get another free smoothie.
That's not even like that. There's so many dots still on this to
Here,
fill up.
This is 5 cents.
If you buy me another coffee after this,
$1 in Maine.
we can talk.
$1.
$1. Here we go.
One main dollar.
I'll take that
Okay,
one.
Tony?
Okay.
No, I'll join for free. No money needed. I mean, the last 5 to 10 years of my life, so why not go out on the dark side?
Here we go.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. All right. Thank you, John
you,
Reynolds,
guys.
Alex Silver. This was fantastic.
This was nutty, as we expected it to be. And don't forget, you can subscribe to AEW, as you can tell, Unrestricted, for free wherever you get your podcast.
You can also check out the video of this podcast on YouTube. Just search for AEW Unrestricted. And of course, tune in to AEW Dynamite Wednesdays, 8 o'clock, 7 Central on TNT.
That's right. And don't forget that I'm Tony Schiavone.
And don't forget that I'm fucking Aubrey Edwards.
Yes. Thanks for listening to AEW Unrestricted.
Love you.